Hello YouTube, I'm back at again with another rant video, and it's going to be about my thoughts on the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. Although it hasn't come out yet, I just want to kind of give my predicament of the movie, like what is to happen, like what I've been hearing throughout the trailers, what the ideas that's giving us hinting that could possibly happen in this film, like. Also, before I get into it, I'll be honest though, a lot of sequels, they usually turn out to be a bust. But this one has got me excited. I'm sure for a lot of you out there who are willing to see this movie. Because, like, the reason why being is that, like, this movie is bringing back the old cast, the old main villains that were the previous enemies of the older Spider-Mans, like, in the early 2000s and throughout 2007, like 2009. For example, we had like Tobey Maguire as the first Spider-Man in the live action movie, and then the second Spider-Man was Andrew Garfield. And eventually I'll start talking about No Way Home, but I want to give my opinions. Like, I want to compare the two between Tobey Maguire and like Andrew Garfield. Although Tobey Maguire, he was very inspirational as Peter Parker. He was the more like nostalgic version of Peter Parker. He was interesting, although he seemed a little too old to be in high school. Because at that time when we were watching it, they didn't really seem like they were in high school. They looked like they're already in college. So because I think at the time it wasn't the budget, it was really that like I think they were trying to perceive kids as like saying that they're kids who look older than they actually are. But at the time, you find out like his story progresses a lot quicker, a lot faster. Where he designs the outfit, he discovers his own powers, like he becomes wrestler, like, and then all the tragic incidents, and then it shows you his pain, the struggles that he goes through. And the thing about Tobey Maguire, he progresses a lot faster as Spider-Man while playing the part. And for Andrew Garfield, I feel like he doesn't look like Peter Parker. Like, I'd say he's better as Peter Parker as a fighter, as a fighter, and he's known for being an athlete. He's known for doing his own, possibly his own stunts. He's I'd say he's more like energetic than Tobey Maguire. Yeah, that I feel like that's why he suits the role as Peter Parker as well. But like he adds a different flavor to Peter Parker. I wouldn't say he sucks. He just adds a different flavor, like as Peter Parker, like simply because that he's the energy type of Peter Parker, while Peter Parker is the calm, and the original Peter Parker when they first introduced Spider-Man in the live action. And I'm gonna immediately get straight into for No Way Home, because Tom Holland, who's going to be the new Spider-Man, the new Peter Parker, is going to have to do so much now, because he's going to be encountering all the villains that the previous actors, the previous Spider-Man, have come against in their battles. And these are mainly the major supervillains that were in each and every different Spider-Man movie. In some, like, there were extras in the end. There was two extra, like normally at the end of Spider-Man, because how I look at it is like, I think Dr. Strange mentioned that um, Peter Parker himself caused the distortion of the portal, because he was thinking about, because if he were to go back into his like his old life, where people didn't notice him as Spider-Man, where they didn't weren't aware at the time that they realized he was just a boy living his normal life. he was more worried about his friends, his girlfriend, like MJ and Ned, like forgetting his aunt, forgetting like the times that they had when he was Spider-Man. They were and they realized when they realized his identity, that he was more than just Peter Parker, that he was a superhero, and he didn't want to take that memory away from him because there were some good times that he had with them. So also being is that like this is also very important because like Doctor Strange mentioned that like the reason why he's encountering these highly powerful villains is because like these are all previous villains that the previous Spider-Man have defeated. So the one thing I didn't notice is I saw Sandman in the one near the end of the trailer, and I'm curious, how did Spider-Man kill him? Like, because I remember in the Spider-Man thing, he was actually alive. He left because at the end of the near the end of the movie is that Tobey Maguire had a conversation with Thomas Hayden Church, like who actually played as Sandman, and we hear about his dark past. We find out that we apparently he didn't kill Ben, his uncle. He didn't kill Spider-Man's uncle, Ben Parker, and that he was in a this is a complete misunderstanding. And then out of nowhere, he leaves Spider-Man after defeating Venom. And the one thing I do like about the new villains, they brought back the old cast for sure, 100%. We got Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin, the original Green Goblin. Alfred Molina as the original Dr. Octopus. Jamie Foxx as Electro. And although I'm not too sure with the Thomas Hayden Church, like I understand we all know that I am letting you know that he is Sandman, but I'm trying to wonder how he even ended up getting killed by Spider-Man, because he not only that he's very hard to kill, like simply because like Sandman, he can't be hurt by physical attack unless somehow Spider-Man poured a lot of water against him, like Peter Parker, like Tobey Maguire somehow managed to like kill him. Then there should be like hopefully we'll see some type of flashback in this movie, so I can understand like and then it looks like in this trailer there's also the Green Goblin from Amazing Spider-Man. I'm trying to like that I'm looking at right now in the picture. I'm trying to figure how he even died. That's what I'm saying, because they still they haven't really, there was no actual conclusion as to what happened after we see Spider-Man facing off against the Rhino. I do recall, yeah, because like it just doesn't add up to me, seriously, honestly. But overall, I do love the cast. I feel like I'm gonna have high expectations for this movie. I feel like the only bad expectations is that there isn't really enough explanation to this movie, like their story or whatever, like, or not enough quality fight scenes. And and I do notice. I remember I saw like this extra scene, like this cut scene, like there was like a special scene in Venom 2, so that possibly Tom Hardy, he was also doing Eddie Brock, might possibly show up in Spider-Man No Way Home, because like we said, like he was part of the distortion. Because things started to shift, and he notices Peter Parker, the young Spider-Man, and I'm curious whether about the interaction that either of them. I feel like, in my opinion, either of them they might have like a rocky start. They might end up facing off one another, and then later becoming allies. Just like how we did see a part of the trailer where Dr. Octopus does become allies with Spider-Man, and I'm still hoping this movie does not end up terribly, considering the amount of actors, the high these high high quality actors that I'm referring to. Like, this movie should at least be an 8 out of 7, 8 out of 10, and I can't assume that's gonna be the best movie, but hopefully, like I hope it's what I hope it like becomes like the movie that we are hoping does not like go out of like contradictory. So, and again, I hope you guys like my rant video. Like, eventually I'll be able to do more content. Also, be sure to check the notifications, comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.